Arsenal has just received a major boost following the recent comments from the £80 million target, and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano drops a bombshell about Mikel Arteta's £43 million target. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest news from Arsenal straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak has just added fuel to the reports about his possible transfer to Arsenal this summer, with Mikel Arteta keen on targeting a No. 9. The Gunners are primed to be in the market for fresh attacking options after failing to add to Arteta's frontline in January. Arsenal explored the possibility of signing a new centre-forward amid an injury-hit campaign for Gabriel Jesus. The 26-year-old has had to sit out 13 games. Arteta has also shown limited faith in Eddie Nketiah this season, with the 24-year-old starting in just 13 matches. The Hale End graduate has featured in 33 of the North London outfit's 40 fixtures in all competitions. But Nketiah has only produced one of his 6 goals since October. Jesus has 8 goals along with 5 assists over his 26 appearances, of which the Brazilian has started 17. But Arteta feels Isak could prove to be an upgrade if Arsenal target a summer transfer from Newcastle. The 24-year-old has 16 goals in 30 games this season, starting 26. Arsenal are the most likely club to sign Isak in the summer window, according to Dean Jones. Newcastle also fear the extent of interest the Sweden striker could generate through the off-season this year. But the Toon will do what they can to keep one of their most valued assets. The Magpies intend to slap a lofty asking price on the attacker in a desperate bid to fend off advances. But the Express notes that concerns Newcastle may breach the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, PSR, may still force the Toon to consider selling Isak for £80 million. Alexander Isak admits things can happen in the transfer window. Isak has endured his own injury problems this season, with the Solna native sitting out 10 of Newcastle's 41 games. But his 12 goals in 20 Premier League fixtures far outshadow Jesus' 4 in 19 and Nketiah's 5 in 24. Nketiah scored 3 against Sheffield United in October. But what Isak has shown with Newcastle has piqued Arsenal's interest ahead of the transfer window. Now, the 44-cap Sweden striker, who has 10 goals for his country so far, has added fuel by admitting a move could be a possibility. But Isak is not considering his future just yet. "It doesn't affect me that much," Isak stated, via TalkSport. "It has been talked about many times, in many windows. I see it as just such a thing. Everyone knows that summer is coming and, if things show up, things can happen. But I actually haven't even thought about it." Arteta warned of the worry, with £200,000 a week Arsenal star ahead of Man City clash. Arsenal are set to face Manchester City in a crucial title clash on Sunday, and there are several decisions Mikel Arteta needs to make. One key decision will be in midfield. Thomas Partey has recently returned from a long-term injury, and has stated his desire to help his team, but Jorginho has been in excellent form, whilst the Ghanaian is still some way off from full match fitness. Partey looked rusty when he made his return against Sheffield United, and despite featuring in a behind-closed-doors friendly, has perhaps not had enough match practice to warrant a start at the Etihad Stadium. Arteta may be tempted to throw him in for his physicality in midfield, but this would represent a massive risk given his fitness. Thomas Partey starting against Manchester City would be a huge risk for Arteta. Speaking on his YouTube channel, journalist Charles Watts claimed that Partey should not start, but will have a huge role to play from the bench in the important game against Man City. "I just worry with Thomas, I just don't think he's fit enough to start this match," he stated. "I think he can still have a big part to play. I think he can play half an hour in the second half, and I think the substitutes are going to be really important, but I just haven't seen enough for him to start." If Arsenal are confident enough for him to start, they've watched him in training, he got 60 minutes behind closed doors in the game against QPR. If Arteta and the coaching staff have been watching that, taking it all in, watched how he's trained for the past fortnight at London Coney, and they decide to start him, then absolutely go for it. They will have obviously seen enough to suggest that he is strong enough and fit enough to start a game of this magnitude, that's going to be played at this intensity. Arsenal need to ease Partey back into action, both for the sake of the team as well as for his own welfare. The £200,000 a week star is at high risk of re-injury and has not built up enough match practice to start in what will be a hugely difficult game. Jorginho may be more suited to this game anyway, given his calmness on the ball and his previous experience in beating Man City, but Partey could step up his return against Luton in the following midweek game. Having Partey fully fit for the run-in will be massive, particularly for the Champions League, and risking both his fitness, as well as him potentially making mistakes as a result of a lack of match sharpness, would be a surprising move if Arteta chose to do it. Transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano has now revealed that Arsenal are set to go head-to-head with Premier League rivals Chelsea this summer in a race to land one transfer target. The Gunners' preparatory work for the upcoming summer transfer window is already very much underway. Sporting director Edu insists that Arsenal have already decided upon their transfer targets. However, the window itself is reliably unpredictable and chaotic by its nature, and many plans that have been carefully constructed by this point will go out of the window quickly once the market opens and unexpected opportunities arise and unforeseen offers come in. The North London club can be almost certain about a few things coming to pass, though. For instance, Arsenal are aware that Aaron Ramsdale will be on his way out of the club this summer. It has also been decided that Cedric Soares will leave Arsenal as a free agent come the end of the season, with Mohamed Elneny likely to follow suit. Meanwhile, despite a clamor for his stay at the Emirates Stadium to be extended, Jorginho still faces an uncertain future. Arsenal are also open to offers for their trio of Hale End Academy graduates, Reiss Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, and Emile Smith-Rowe. In terms on incomings, Arsenal have been linked with a number of strikers. Mikel Arteta will recognize the need for a midfield rebuild. A winger is also on the agenda, with Nico Williams having been mooted as a target. Fabrizio Romano, writing in his daily briefing, has now provided an update on the current situation regarding Williams. He said, "Nico Williams has also been monitored by Arsenal and his €50 million release clause is there. I've been saying for a while that there are multiple clubs closely following the situation. It's not only Arsenal, but Chelsea have also been scouting the boy, but many other clubs too. It's looking like being a really open race. In terms of financial muscle, Chelsea can likely match anything Arsenal would be able to put on the table as a wage package for the 21-year-old attacker. Both clubs will feel that his £43 million release clause is well within reach. However, the Blues are currently languishing in mid-table, whilst Arsenal are riding high in pole position in the Premier League and are also competing in the latter stages of the Champions League, which surely makes the North London outfit a more attractive destination. Why Arsenal want Nico Williams? The Athletic Bilbao man has been described as incredible by his teammate and brother, Iñaki Williams. His numbers are certainly impressive. So far this season, the forward has racked up 6 goals and 13 assists in 29 appearances across all competitions. Williams is also comfortable operating on either flank, meaning he can provide much-needed cover and competition for both Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. Pedro Neto has also been considered for this role, but Arteta has been warned off signing the Wolves ace due to his injury record. In that sense, Williams seems like a safer bet and he still has his best years very much ahead of him. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.